know if the audio is good, everything is good. I'm gonna make sure, probably a little 30 seconds. But thank you all so much for joining in today. Leave a one in the chat right now if you all are having a great time in 75 Hoy. And first of all, I want to congratulate you all. Huge congratulations. We have made it 15 days into 75 Hoy, which means two things. One, we are 20% into this challenge. I know a lot of you all are already seeing great results just within this limited time in the challenge. And then part two, we have finished the initiation phase of 75 Hoy. So I've been saying this time and time again, the first 2 weeks of this challenge is always the toughest, and not just because of the workouts. It's tough because you're adjusting your entire life around doing this challenge, keeping up with the goals, doing your double workout, getting in your water, calling family members, reading your book, etc. Right? So the first 14 days is a big adjustment time because it's just enough time for you to kind of go through different things that's going to be happening in a month in your daily life and really test you. All right. So now that we have completed the initiation phase, first of all, pat yourself on the back. You know, that's going to help you with some mobility, a little bit mobility in your shoulders as well. But pat yourself on the back for pushing through. This is a huge milestone. And I don't want anyone to think, oh, I've only done 1 day, or I haven't got it started yet, or I've done 14 days. No, every single day is a step in the right direction. And just, you know, this is a full transformation, life transformation challenge. It's not just about fitness. So that's a huge milestone there, first and foremost. So once again, one's in the chat. If you all are having a great time, if you are seeing results, and I want you to comment in the chat if you've had some breakthroughs, if you had some success, share that with us, whether it's you've gotten stronger, you've improved your mobility, you're having better relationships with the people and doing other tasks. You know, if you've lost some weight, I know some people have weight loss goals. The number one goal with 75 Hoy is people say, I want to lose 20 pounds. And last time I gave you all a quick formula on how to do that. But I'm super excited. I also have been super busy. So I know a lot of people have been tagging me on Instagram and, you know, adding me to their stories and posting to our Facebook group and Discord. And I try to get to the comments and stuff as much as I can. But I'm telling you, I'm on a speed run right now with so much production. For the last 15 days, I've been publishing 5 videos per day. That's 1 on YouTube, and then that's 4 on HoyPRO, because we do the 45-minute, the 30-minute version, then the 45-minute with music, then 30-minute with music, and it all has to be packaged and programmed and thumbnails and put up. So doing that along with the tasks has just been crazy. And as a matter of fact, I just finished filming a workout about 25 minutes ago. I'm still in my outfit. It's a little nasty, but I just let the sweat dry, just to be honest with you, because I said I had to get this live done. So still got my lights and everything still going on. So it's been crazy. It's been a challenge, but it's not a complaint. It's absolutely just amazing. I'm loving your energy. And so the energy you all give, I'm going to go ahead and give right back. So congratulations, all right? That's my long-winded way of saying congratulations. We've crushed the first 2 weeks, and that's like, once you break through that barrier, you're more likely to continue on with the rest of the challenge. I'm talking like statistics. I know you're going to finish the rest of this challenge, all right? So huge congratulations to you all. So yeah, I'm seeing some people already chiming in with some great things that they've already achieved. So Kamari, and please feel free to add questions in here. I have some few things I want to go over. This is not going to be the longest live today, and you know, because right after this, I'm going to go into my second workout, and then I got to get some editing done, all types of stuff, right? Because I've had things in just, you know, private life and family life, so just pulling it all together. But I have some exciting news and other stuff going on as well. So if you have any other questions, just put them in the comments, and I will get to them. So let's see, Kamari, and I'm going to butcher everyone's name, so just kind of understand that I may be talking to you if it kind of sounds like your name. Says, I work out but end up eating a lot. What to do? So the great thing about 75 Hoy is we don't have a lot of kind of flack for, you know, we tend to get like bored and overeat and stuff like that. But if you're eating your meals, if you're following a meal plan, and then you're drinking your water, and then you're getting your steps in the activity, you really don't have time for kind of like the mindless, you know, habits that we have, like whether it's like just eating too much food or snacking too much, because your stomach's filled with water It's filled with protein. It's filled with whole foods, and you're ready to go. So it doesn't have much room. Even if you want a snack, it's like I want to put that on top of this. So we're not doing the unhealthy version of limiting our food. We're actually filling our body with what's needed, and that kind of takes care of the rest as far as that. Another tip would be just don't bring any crap that you don't want in your house, in your body, into your house. All right, treat your cart like you treat your stomach. If you put it in your cart, you're gonna put it in your stomach, right? So don't even buy it. Just say, first of all, you're saving some money. That's first of all. Just as a father, as someone who knows how to calculate the price of anything, you're saving money by not buying crap, and you're saving your body. So it's a win-win to do that and just spend that money on food. If you have a sweet tooth, I've been eating things like apples, pears. Food in the United States is starting to come in season. I even had a watermelon. It's not really in season yet, but I'm like, it's a watermelon on sale. Let me go ahead and grab it. So eating things that are naturally sweet and aren't like warped and made in plants is a great way to go about that. All right. So Tiffany says, I have lost 7 pounds. Now this is a huge breakthrough, and this is something she told me this morning. She came downstairs. She was super excited. Like, man, I lost 7 pounds. She lost 5 pounds the first week, 2 pounds this week. And I said, that's amazing because, in 14 days, you lost 7 pounds. I'm like, at that rate, within 75 days, that means you will have lost 38 pounds at that rate. And we're just getting started. So that's a huge milestone. I told you all last week, if you do find yourself gaining weight, that's because we're putting on muscle. And as you put on muscle, as you're doing all this strength training and stuff like that, you're going to break down your muscle, which as it rips and it repairs, you're going to store more water within the muscle. So you're going to carry on more water weight. So it's just water weight, but you're going in the right direction and you're absolutely going to crush it. So shout out to Tiffany. That is a Hoy household win. A healthy Tiffany is a happy Hoy household. And I'm super duper proud of her. She's been coming down here, working out, doing the workouts. She kind of been cheating a little bit because she'll the basement is also the gym and also my office. And so she gets to kind of cheat a little bit and ask me, hey, what's the good form on this? And, this morning she's like, what we doing today? I'm like, just click on the video and find out, So act like I'm not here, but of course I want to help her as much as possible. But she gets a little cheat sheet working with the main guy. But that's the perks of being Miss Hoy. All right, so yeah. So I'm going to get through, keep on with your success stories. Keep on, saluting and congratulating each other because, really as a team, of course we have a one-to-one connection between me and you all, but also it's so many cool people. And I love the fact that you all are encouraging and pushing each other on, making friends. It's kind of like being a kid again, like making friends at the park. All right. So, just keep on, making great connections, keep on encouraging each other. And as you encourage others, it actually comes back to you. And it makes you more committed to the journey as well. So, we just done the first 15 days. So we know what the initiation phase looks like. We got a taste of week 3 today with day 15. For people who don't know, we decided to put the first 15 days of 75 Hoy on YouTube. So that does end today. All right. So I've got a lot of questions about that, a lot of DMs, a lot of actually emails. Like people have been contacting the HoyPRO customer support, which honestly is supposed to be like for customer support. Like if you have like an issue or something like that, but it's just be like, hey, Millionaire Hoy, just post all 75 days to YouTube. Come on, man. You get more subscribers. You get more of this, more of that, and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, look, we started off with 7 days and we extended to 15. And people were like, hey, look, the floodgates are open now. Just extend that bad boy to, do 100 days, on YouTube. So I try to be as generous as possible. And I love the support and I love the enthusiasm of people who do want me to do that. But you see these lights behind me? We got to keep the lights on. And all of this does need support. And the reason I'm able to do all 15 days on YouTube is because of the support that I've been getting from people who have been supporting us on our app. So just try to consider that, if something is doing, if something is doing right by you, do right by it. And all of the support that you all put into HoyPRO, into our apps, and all that good stuff, it comes back to you all tenfold because my guarantee is doing the absolute most to make sure that you have the best solutions for your health and for your fitness. And so, I just ask for some support in return. And any support you give me, I'm going to give you the best value. And like I said, even with, the race that we have on HoyPRO, we're saving money with 75 Hoy because just when my wife and I, we go to the grocery store, we're not, at checkout line, we're not grabbing a little Kit Kat or a little Snickers or anything like that. That adds up because, back in my day, it was 50 cents for a candy bar. Now it's like $2, $1.40. So those add up. So that $20 per month that you pay on HoyPRO, is going to go towards your health as opposed to wasting on things that go against your health. And I do try to be as fair with pricing as possible. We haven't raised our membership prices in 5 years. All right. So since 2018, we haven't raised the price of our membership, and they raise the price on me every single year, just so you know. And all the features you all see, whether it's live video, whether it's the new search format, all that other stuff, they charge me for that stuff. So I just try to be as fair as possible and know that, I'm working with you all as much as possible as far as sales and stuff like that. So it's up to you all to decide. Hey, look, are the results that you're getting in the past 15 days, just extrapolating that to day 75, do you think that it's worth that to invest in yourself? And personally, I can't think of a better investment than to invest in your own health. All right. With that said, I understand people have different things going on in their lives. All right. You may not be in a position to do that. This is the way I want you to look at it. Look at it like this. There are 15 new videos that I produced on YouTube in addition to the other ones. All right. So go back through those bad boys, work it out, do your best, work through, the fitness guide, all that other stuff. The 75 Hoy guide, and just make the most out of it. All right. I come from nothing, so I understand that. And I always want to have solutions for people who don't have a lot of means. And I will continue to put other content and stuff like that on YouTube in addition to what we're doing on HoyPRO. But the premium stuff will be on HoyPRO. All right, so that's my quick PSA, because I'm telling you, I've got dozens of emails like, hey, just, go ahead and do XYZ. And I'm like, not only would that not be fair to the people who are supporting, it wouldn't be fair to my business, and it would be fair to what I'm doing as far as supporting what supports the free content. All right, so shout out to everybody who is a HoyPRO member. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting. Shout out to everybody who's brought in friends. We've gotten a whole lot of new subscribers just by people saying, hey, look, check out this first 15 days. If you have not started 75 Hoy, go ahead and start at day one. I highly recommend starting with day one. All right, so one thing I did notice is on YouTube, day one has like 8,000 views. Day two has like 20,000 views. All right, so it's like, are people doing this thing all the way through, or are they picking and choosing? Whereas on HoyPRO, it's kind of one-on-one. It's like, it's a little bit of drop off just because that naturally happens. But day one is right there with day two, which is right there with day three. And you all have the workouts in advance. So you all could be skipping days and picking a little bit better. Well, not better, but you have more access to be able to pick those days, but you're actually pushing through. Thank you so much for your support, Luli. Luli always coming through with support and just always helping out and supporting people on our Facebook group and stuff like that as well. So shout out to the Fist Bump family. Shout out to people supporting here as well. But yeah, I'm so proud of you all. I've been hearing so many people just happy to have the standing workouts, to be able to focus on their strength, to be able to focus on that balance, their coordination, and just the different approaches that we have been having with this challenge. And oftentimes I find myself getting burned out when I'm doing challenges like this. But with this challenge, it's such a great exploration of different movements, of different modalities. And so as you can see, every single day, I'm putting forth my best effort to make it the best version of each workout. All right. Not just, copy and paste and stuff like, hey, look, what's the best way and the best way that I can serve you all, keep things live and fresh, etc. for each and every day. So we're going to keep coming with new formats. We're going to keep coming with new workouts. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. For people who don't know the schedule coming up for this week, I'm going to give you a quick schedule. So today is Monday. We did the 1 dumbbell level up hit. For Tuesday, this is the double leg week. So we're going to do lower body, glutes, and quads. So if you want to work, I'm not talking about just the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius is also getting work. We're hitting those quads. We hit those hamstrings a little bit, calves a little bit, but we're going to save some of that for later on in the week as well. So Tuesday's lower body and glutes. So booty, butt, cheeks is getting work tomorrow. Then we're going to go with upper body. So we have an ABAB upgrades workout. We did an ABAB workout. Wait, no, this is not upgrade. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the week after next. We're doing an ABAB upper body workout. So the great thing about that is we get to come and revisit the exercises. We're trying ourselves to kind of up the weight a little bit on the second time and stuff like that. So you get a great pump for your upper body. Thursday, for the people who have been loving the load and hold workouts, we got it for the core. So we did a load and hold for upper body. We did one for lower body. And this week we have a killer. This is actually my favorite workout of the week. Load and hold cardio abs workout. So we're doing standing exercises. We're doing mat exercises. It's no equipment. So we get to put down those weights. And the great thing about being able to work for that 30 seconds and then the last 15 seconds, put the finishing touches on it, it really kind of translates well into the core in the same way it did for the arms and for the legs. So look forward to that. Then we're going for power. On Friday, we have a full body dumbbell power workout. Saturday, all standing legs. All right. So people, we've done all standing arms. People have been loving the standing workouts. And so I know a big request was, can you do a standing legs? And we're actually going to bring that to you. And then that's going to be the last hard workout of the day. And then from there, we're going to have our rest and recovery. So that's what's coming up this week. You can rewind if you want to hear the quick rundown or check your email. If you're a HoyPRO member, you get the emails whenever I send you a weekly update. So you can kind of plan around the week and know what your schedule is going to look like so you can focus on your secondary workout and all the other good stuff, all right? So the beautiful thing about where we are right now in this journey is we're now initiated. We're now kind of cemented in, how we feel about the workouts and how we go about our daily schedule. We've learned where all the bathrooms are in the entire city because we've been drinking our gallon of water and we've been going to the restroom like crazy. So we have a mental map of that, and we're Neo in the Matrix right now, and we're starting to believe. All right, and you know what happens when Neo starts to believe in the Matrix? He's able to take over the Matrix. So shout out to you for that. We are 20% in. I'm telling you, the time is going by really, really fast. So before you know it, we're going to be on day 75. And the really awesome thing is we're 10 days out from our second fitness test. All right. So I want to give you all some homework, and just know that in the next 10 days, we're going to do the fit test. So look at your day one fitness test and look at your form for a certain exercise, like how you feel about your form, how much weight you use, which exercises did you struggle with. And I want you to start adding in some practice sessions for those specific exercises within your second workout. All right, so if it's push-ups, try to work on your push-ups. Try to work on the different variations that I've been showing you all throughout this challenge, because we are coming up on that second fitness test. I just shot today, day 27, so I'm a bit ahead of everyone. And I'll tell you, even though it's the same exercises on day one as it is on day 25, it is a different workout because we're able to push ourselves differently. I was able to go up in weight. I was able to go up in reps. So it's a beautiful experience. Burn more calories, get more reps, etc. But I won't give you too much spoilers on that. I just want to let you all know, start preparing for that in addition to how we're preparing in the workouts. All right, so I got some new comments here. I'm going to check you all out because I know I missed some. My water that I'm going to drink, usually I have like my Stanley nearby. Because I just finished the workout, I got to just improvise and just finish up the rest of the sip I got going here. For those who don't know, my drinks are always blue because I have BCAAs. I sweat a whole lot. Hey, thanks so much for the support, Jody. Going above and beyond, I really appreciate it. I sweat a whole lot, so I'm not just drinking water when I work out. I also want some electrolytes to replenish the sodium that I'm losing with the sweat. Y'all know how much I sweat, so. But people are wondering, why is your water blue? I mean, water is blue, but it ain't that blue, right? So we got some people from the UK. Oh, I got a lot of people in the chat. All right, I see y'all. I don't speak Spanish, but we've been having a lot of awesome people from the Spanish community join. YouTube has done this thing where they automatically change my voice to speak Spanish because I'm one of the only channels that like talk in the workouts. A lot of channels, they have music or they talk with no music, and I do both. So because the beauty of that is YouTube now has this AI feature where they take my voice and they put like a woman who speaks Spanish over it and still keeps the music. So it's interesting. So I've been having a lot of people join from Spanish speaking countries. Typically I can translate in the comments to see what you all saying, but I can't see it in live chat, unfortunately. Shout out to UK. Okay, so Emily is reading her books. All right, so there are going to be some standout things that happen within this challenge. like for me, the family aspect, reaching out, contacting, spending time with family has been huge because I am a type A personality, workaholic type of person, and time can usually fly. So just taking that time to contact those that I love, and honestly, in some ways, just reminds me of who I saw, myself and stuff like that. Like I was just talking to my sister the other day. We have this. We grew up in the '90s, so we used to play rough, and we used to have this thing where. If you play too rough with your little sister and she starts crying, she will go tell your parents type of thing. And so we used to like grab them by the shoulder and just be like, "You're a tiger, you're a lion, you're a bear." And it was like just really, before we knew what gaslighting was, we just completely gaslight our siblings. And they're sitting there with a knot growing on their forehead like, "Yeah, I am a tiger." We get them to howling and growling and stuff like that. Like a tiger wouldn't be crying, would he? You know? But just stuff like that, just reminding me of my childhood and how crazy we were and just different things we had and just reconnecting and just getting a breath of new life within my extended family outside my home. That has been a stand away for me. And who's going to have those memories but people you came up with, right? So Emily's been doing it with the books, but every single aspect is an opportunity to improve. It's not just about fitness. It's not just about looking good. We're going to look good, but it's so much more. It's a life transforming challenge. So let's see. People loving this stretching. And that's another thing I do want to point out for people who are actually following the program. On YouTube, we have the tendency to pick and choose workouts based on whether there's something we want to do or not. But there's something beautiful about doing things and just subscribing to a challenge that puts you through different modalities. So some people are saying, hey, look, I wasn't stretching. I was never hitting lower body. I wasn't hitting upper body. I was skipping cardio. I wasn't hitting core. With this, you hit all of that, all right? If you just leave it up to your brain is always going to prioritize comfort and safety, all right? Your brain wants to keep you alive, and so it's going to convince you to do things that are not always going to be, it's not prioritized for the most logical of choices. As we know, when we pick food that we shouldn't be putting, literally we can see it, we can smell it, we can taste it, but we're going to put it in our face anyway because emotionally we want it, all right? Your mind tends to justify your emotions instead of being logical like most of us assume it is, all right? So I don't even know why I went on that rant because I got a little bit of workout brain, to be honest with you. So somebody remind me, that's cool. Jody says, on the other thing is that I gained weight, but I am taking the long view, not worried about it. And that's beautiful. And that's why I'm glad I got ahead of that in the beginning, just to let you all know, it is a possibility. It is normal to initially gain weight. We're just starting, but it's about the long way all the way through, as opposed to just nitpicking at every little thing. And your brain may try to get you to quit and say, hey, look, I'm gaining weight anyway. I might as well gain weight and eat cakes and ice cream, right? So that's not the case. Luli is getting stronger, improving her relationships, and can manage her time better, which is huge. If you can manage your time, you can manage your life. Kathy is getting stronger. She can't go heavy. She can't go real heavy, but she's getting stronger. And progress is the goal as opposed to being, well, maybe being Arnold Schwarzenegger might be the goal, but, showing up every day. Cynthia, that's a huge one. I showed up every day. That is a huge goal, and I'm so glad you acknowledge that as one of your accomplishments. Emily said, I never thought I could shoulder press with 220-pound weights, but I'm already there, and we're 20% in, all right? We got so much more to go, so just imagine at day 75, that's 60 more days, what you will be able to do. There are things in your imagination that will be exceeded by what you're able to do by subscribing to this holistically. I'm so far back in the chat. Emily said, best money I've ever spent on any fitness program. And thank you so much. All right, so I'm combining being a personal trainer to a lot of people. So I'm always looking at you all's comments, and I'm not always able to answer everything, but I'm watching. I always get my eye on it. Sometimes you all see some things that you all said pop up in various ways. So I appreciate the love. We saving money on snacks. So Monique, that's a great question. So Monique says, so if we ain't a member, so she talks like me. So if we ain't a member, we can't go on with 75 Hoy. Yes, that is true. I guess in a sense, it doesn't sound nice. I'm just calling it like it is. So the first 15 days are free on YouTube. The next 60 days will be on HoyPRO.com. That's our fitness apps and our website. So you have access to all of our websites. This program, over 80 plus other programs that we have. All of our future content every account come up. No ads. Over 3,000 workouts, which are great for people who are doing this challenge. Because your secondary workout, you can pick from. It's like a kid in a candy store. So many workouts to pick from. But I like to think of it more of being able to accomplish the 15 days as opposed to being taken away. So even if you stop at day 15, you just did 15 days of pouring into yourself. All right. So that's not nothing to knock at, right? Jody is a proud Day One HoyPRO member. Shout out to Jody. She literally joined day one. I think she might have been the second person who joined. The first person who joined was my uncle, and then I think Jody was the second, if I look all the way back on it. So shout out to Jody for being day one supporter. Kathy loves the load and hold. I saw your comment about that too, by the way. Yeah, let's see. Jerome, what's up, Jerome? Jerome the homie said, I miss you, but I'll be back. Hey, look, I'll be here for you, brother, whenever you are ready. Life happens. So, you know how we bring it, how we give it up, and it's always love, regardless, right? So Vanessa, she's looking for the subtitles. She's been struggling, to understand the English and stuff. But the beautiful thing about fitness is it's a universal language, all right? Regardless of the language you speak, if you pick up those dumbbells and you lift them bad boys, you're going to get the same results in any language, right? So I do want to answer a few questions that I got. I answered one of them, which is about, when we continue on all days on YouTube. No. And the interesting thing about YouTube is serialized content really doesn't do well on YouTube. So say, for instance, if I did, let's say I didn't have HoyPRO and I wanted to do something like 75 Hoy, I wouldn't be able to, because what channel, or that wouldn't even look right within the algorithm, putting out 4 videos per day, all right? Putting out music, non-music, 30 minute with music, right? So 30 and 45 minutes. So even with just every single day, after a while it starts hurting your views, and then it just wouldn't work. All right, so that's why a lot of people, when you see content creators, it's better for them to actually do videos that will get supported by the algorithm. Just an example would be the 30-minute walking workout that I did about 2 weeks ago has more views than all of the 15 days of 75 Hoy combined that I posted at 45 minutes each. And it's brought in over 3,000 subscribers, etc. So on YouTube, you're kind of faced with the beautiful thing about being supported outside of YouTube and not having to rely on clicks and views is I'm being able to be more true to my mission, as opposed to trying. Otherwise, you have to play a different strategy. And I'm not knocking anybody, but the strategy then becomes what gets carried within the algorithm. What are people looking for? Hitting on people's pain points, etc. So I kind of get to be wholesome a little bit by having support outside of this. Kathy said I wasn't stretching enough, but committed to doing mobility on Sundays. All right, that's awesome. So another question that I get a lot is, can women do 75 Hoy? All right, so we do have a lot of people who are new around here. The funny thing is, over 60% of my audience is women, even though I am a guy. I'm a male, obviously, if you can't see. But a lot of women, because they see me, or if they see me, especially if I start doing strength training, they start thinking maybe this isn't for women. The same thing I'm saying about language is the same thing I'm saying about bodies. We work the complete body over here, so it's not a bro channel where we don't hit legs, and we absolutely hit legs because we're going into the double leg week. We're gonna hit the entire body, and we're gonna take it, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, young, older, these workouts will be for you, all right? So absolutely women can do it, and some of our best success stories do come from women who are doing these, especially pushing outside of their comfort zone, being able to do those 20-pound shoulder presses, etc. With people who are going to join over to HoyPRO, they said, can they watch this on their TV, or can they watch this via YouTube if they join on HoyPRO? HoyPRO is a completely separate thing than YouTube, so you wouldn't be able to watch on YouTube through HoyPRO, but we have various ways to watch on your television, on your tablet, on your phone. You can hit me up in the comments down below if you have any more questions about that, or you can actually look at our app tour. If you look in the description, I have a full tour of the HoyPRO app, which I shot, and it shows you how to use the app, how to get the best benefits from it, etc. Right? So you just want to look through that, and that'll show you how to get the most out of joining in HoyPRO. And I think that might be all the questions I had. Let me see if I look through here. Yeah, so if you all have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to be doing my second workout for today very soon. I just had lunch a little while ago. So the cool thing about my take on doing 75 Hoy is, a lot of people are doing this like working a full-time job and stuff like that. And I'm getting the same feel. So even though I do fitness for a living, editing is a full-time job, and all of the other stuff, creating the workout, all that stuff like that. So I still feel like I have to manage my time in a super efficient way in order to do that. So like I said, I just did a workout 25 minutes before this, grabbed some food real quick, hopped on the live, used the bathroom because I know I was going all the water I drunk, and doing this live. I'm gonna warm up, hit upper body again, because I did back, buys, and arms. I want to put some chest in there as well. I want to hit some core, etc. because I hit legs yesterday. So I'm gonna get to my secondary workout, get my steps up. I'm at 8,000 steps. My personal step goal is 10,000, but within the challenge is 7,500. So if I don't hit 10,000, I still hit my 7,500, so I'm good. So the cool thing is I have so much planned for the next 60 days of this challenge. I know some people may have anxiety because I'm using the word initiation. They're like, man, this was hard enough. How's this the initiation, right? And with initiation, I don't mean like this was the easy stuff. I mean, just get initiated into the challenge and into the habits, into the daily routines. The intensity level is going to remain around where we currently are. We're going to find different ways to get stronger. We're going to find different ways to work our muscles, different movement patterns, different modalities, etc. But we're still going to keep this challenge around the advanced level. All right, we're not going to go too crazy, which is tough for me because I'm a too crazy goer kind of thinker, and it's kind of hard for me not to advance too much. But as we get stronger, we will increase the weights, etc. All right, so just know that the work that you put in is going towards, it's kind of like math. When I talk to our children about math, it's like, if you learn the mathematics, if you learn the subtraction, then it's easier to go into multiplication and a division, and then go blah, 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 up to algebra and then the calculus, etc. Right? So you all have been building the blocks up, and we can continue building up, and I'm not going to just throw you over the edge. All right? Let's keep getting stronger. Let's keep on pushing. I'm super duper proud of each and every one of you all. If you're not a HoyPRO member, this is the time to go ahead and join, because over the next 60 days, as much success as you had, you can multiply that times 5 going into the next 60 days as we push through, and just think about where you would be, all right, within the next 60 days. So that's a decision for you all to make. I know my decision in that factor is going to be able to give you all the absolute best, and that's what I'm going to do. And I love you all so much. I'm so happy for each and every one of you all who has taken on this journey and is seeing results, and it really warms my heart and makes my day to see all of your all's comments and just enthusiasm and just that new life that you're feeling. That's exactly why I started training people in the first place, to just share my love for movement and fitness and just having a higher quality of life overall. And I'm so glad that this challenge is able to bring that out of so many people. So love you all so much. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Let's keep on pushing into week 3. Tomorrow we have lower body. So make sure that you stretch. Make sure that you don't walk up a whole lot of steps, because tomorrow we're hitting quads and glutes. And with that, I'll see you all later. Peace out.